Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Computer Science 111-10, 111-30. My name is Professor Archbald, and I will be the instructor for this semester's meeting of Visual Basic Training. I'd like to take some time to take a look at the syllabus, which is available on Sakai. And from that syllabus, we should be able to get an understanding of how the course is going to proceed throughout the semester. What's unique about this course? It combines those who are in the distance learning program, as well as those who are on-site on campus, and it gives each person an opportunity to partake in this particular class. Each of the sessions on Mondays between 6 to 8:50 are going to be recorded and will be available either on the Tuesday or the Wednesday of the day after the recording. Okay? If you can, just give me some time to pull up the syllabus. So I'm going to go into Sakai. Now, Sakai is as most of you should know, it's our learning management system. And if you were to see it right here, you can see that I'm logged on already to Sakai. To log on to Sakai, use your first name, last name, and your Vaughn's email password. Okay? So I'm going to take a look at the first site, which is Computer Science 111-30, and I want to take a look at the syllabus. Okay, so currently there's no syllabus here, so that needs to be upgraded. Oh, here we go. All right. So I think maybe I may not have added this link. So if I go to, I'm going to change the site and go to Computer Science 111-10. Okay, let's take a look at the overview. There's a welcome message. If I click on syllabus, here's a copy of our syllabus. Okay, so the class is going to begin at 6 to 8:30. It's going to be the basic requirement for this course is to learn how to do basic computer programming. What you're actually going to do in each of the class is to learn how to create an application. We can use various programming languages to create applications. In this case, we're going to make applications that are going to be available on the Microsoft Windows platform. One of the requirements is that you would have the textbook, of course, and also have Visual Basic, Microsoft Visual Basic application, which is available free through Microsoft. I'll explain that in a couple of minutes on how you can get that. You would also need to have a computer that's running the Windows operating system. Okay, I'll speak more of that. The course started today. This is our first meeting. In terms of the house rules that we have, each participant or each student is required to log in at least a minimum of 3 times onto Sakai. Once you have logged in 3 times within the week on Sakai, you will be credited with attendance for that week. Okay? Just make sure that you log into Sakai. Once you have done that 3 times a week, I will just make the adjustment with the attendance. As you can see here, the name of the book is called Introduction to Visual Basic 2012. It's a 9th edition. And we've been using this book, older edition, but this the writer of the book, the author of the book is David I. Schneider. And I've given you here on the syllabus, let me make this a little bigger so that you can see it better, is David I. Schuster, and some of the resources that are available could be gotten at the website. So for example, if I were to just simply right-click on this and open a new tab with that link, it's going to take me to Pearson Higher Educate, who's the higher education, who is the publisher for this particular document. Now, in terms of purchasing the book, my suggestion to you is to go online and basically the best situation, the most inexpensive situation would be simply to rent the book. Okay, and if you go online, you would see many sites that have the book for rent. Okay, if you were to click on the 9th edition, I'm going to click on the 9th edition, and I'm going to go to the site, and there's going to be a companion website and instructor resources. Okay, so if you look at the companion website, okay, it will require me to log in and get access. I'm not going to expect you to do so. What we can do is basically to go back, okay, and if you were to go to an older version, all right, the 10th edition, there's some source code. So if we download on, if we click on that source load, so this is the first thing that you should do. Download to get sample source code from this textbook. If I click on source code, it's going to download that for me. So I'm going to put this in a new folder on my desktop, and I'm going to call this Computer Science 111-10-30. Okay. Let's make sure that stays at 111, right? That's a folder. Part of the requirements of the course is that you have some familiarity with creating folders using Windows Explorer, because your files are going to be stored online. I shouldn't say online, but you can store it on a drive or on a USB drive, or you can store it on, in some cases, you have the Google Drive, you have Microsoft OneDrive, any of those cloud storage devices that you can use, feel free to use it, right? So I'm going to click on Save. And it's a zip folder or a zip file that was downloaded. I can just click on the download to see where it was downloaded. And since it's a zip file, I can just simply right-click on the zip file and say Extract File. Okay? I'm going to use the default. I'm going to use the default to extract the files. Okay, so it's going to put it on the folder that I created, which is on the desktop of this computer, and I'm going to click on OK. So it's going to take a little time to basically download all of the files, and I'll just simply wait for it to happen. Okay. And once this has happened, I'll be able to show you the other tools that would be necessary to complete the course. Okay? So, as you can see, again, as I go back into Sakai, if I were to go to the overview of the course, it's going to show you the cover of the book that is going to be used. And there's a version of Visual Studio. It's called Visual Studio 2012 Express, right? So if you wanted to get Visual Studio 2012 Express, a simple way to do it would be just to simply do a search, and I'll type Visual Studio 2012, and I'll put Express, and I'm going to say for download. Let's see how that works. So I'm going to download all the Visual Studio Basic Express. Have you tried the latest? No. I want to do 2012. So for 2012, please stick with this version of 2012 because it still has the Visual Basic program that we're going to use. Okay. If you notice right here, it says, let's see where we have it. Well, within the Visual Basic 20 Studio, you should have Visual Basic Express, okay? Because if you were to take a look here at the 10, right, it says Visual Studio 2010 Express. Well, it should have Visual Studio 2012 Express for Windows 8. That one can be used for Windows 8, Windows 10, any of the other, right? So make sure you don't have any other Visual Basic programming on there because it may provide some type of conflict. So I can go ahead and do this also. I can click on the download, right? And you would have to log into your Microsoft email to do so, I think. So let's go I'm going to type into mine. Okay, and so we're going to have to fill our name in. There you go. That's going to be filled in, and you click on continue. So I guess the link has been broken since last semester when I taught the class. And I am going to create a provision so that you can get the Visual Basic 2010 download so that you can install the Visual Basic 2012 Express. What I can do is, let me see here, I'm going to look to see, here we have it, right here. All right? So let me take a look and see. Hold on, give me a minute. Okay, so I'm going to see Visual Basic 2010. Express. I can also check my email. I'm going to log into my email. Excuse me. Okay, let me just make sure that this has been here. TDU. Okay, let's take a look here. I think I may have shared this with others. Okay, so here we have it. I'm going to make this available, and I'm sorry, do apologize, folks, for this, but this is the Visual Studio 2010 Express. In case you would like to basically complete the task in the college on site, the computers that are available with Visual Basic has Visual Basic 2010. So I do apologize for that. So I'm going to make it available to each person so that they can get the Visual Studio 2010 Express, okay? Because what has happened, as I saw here, is that the link for the 2012 Express is no longer available, okay? And plus, as I said earlier, the source code that was created, let me go look at that folder, right? This folder right here created the source code programs, okay? So from chapter 2 all the way to chapter 12, I think we're going to stop like at a chapter 8 or so. From 2 to chapter 12, you have a whole slew of demo programs that you can use. And the beautiful thing about creating Visual Basic applications is that it's quite portable and transparent. I'm able to basically copy a program and just simply modify it so that I can perform the task that's required by the example that's given, or by the exercise that's given. Okay? So let's go take a look again at what's necessary for the course. I'm going to open up a Word document. Well, let me just open it up in Notepad, and we can take a look at Notepad, right? And what's the first thing that you would need? One, I would get if I open it up in Microsoft Word, it's going to be, I can use the zoom feature. Makes it easier for you to read. Okay. So here's what we would need. The textbook. Computer. I should say Windows-based PC. Okay. We can do Visual Basic 2010 Express or 2012 Express. Okay. Okay. Visual Basic needs to be installed on your Windows-based PC. Can't spell.